What is up, nerds?
What's going on? Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. I'm Bearded Luke. This is Havoc.
Havoc.
If you're watching this on YouTube, I apologize for I just pressed the wrong button.
I saw that.
Nobody
First
mistake
mistake already, man.
Nobody look.
Nobody look. First mistake already, man. Hashtag blame Luke.
No, that's not going to be in 2021. Welcome to 2021, people.
Man.
We are the Destiny nerds.
How was your holiday, dude? Like, tell me all about it. I'm curious.
It was different. So, if you've a first-time listener or viewer, I recently sold my house. Me and my wife sold our house.
Yep.
Took all the money that we made off of it, paid off all of our debt, start from scratch, and we're living with my in-laws. So, Christmas was a little bit different because we were at my in-laws' house, and then my brother-in-law, my wife's sister, his name's Luke also, which is funny. He's a captain in the Air Force. He is stationed in Abu Dhabi, so he wasn't here. We actually had him when we opened gifts on Christmas morning. He was we put him on the TV, so he was kind of there.
Oh, you said at a big screen?
Yeah, he was like on a 50 or a 65-inch TV. So It was kind of like he was there. And then I got to spend time with family. It was a great time. It was just felt a little different this year because just traditions are changing. As you get older, traditions change. You can't do the same thing forever and ever.
This is true.
But that was fun. I got a lot of sleep. I haven't been able to stream much lately because at first it's been difficult because I'm not streaming where I live. So I haven't had a lot of time to drive over here at 11 p.m. at night. And I've been just at 11, I'm like hanging out with the family and I'm like, I'm a little bit tired. I guess I'll just go to bed. So I've been going to bed at like 11 a lot lately. So my mind is feeling good. No more like 3 a.m. nights and then waking up. I did last night. I went to bed at like 4 a.m. last night. But like right now I'm getting good sleep.
I was catching that stream last night. I'm like, dude, you're like an hour ahead of me. So I was like, he's going to sleep good tonight.
Yes. How about you, bro? Tell me about your holiday.
Yeah. I mean, mine was a little different than yours, being that I have kids. Yeah. So at the in-laws on Christmas Eve, then at my parents' Christmas Day, that was about it, really. Typically, we're like all over the place, going there, ping ponging everywhere. But with the way things are going on in the world, obviously restricted, so it was less hectic. But yeah, it was good. And then after all that, leading up to New Year's, watched movies and just chilled for the most part. That's basically what we did. Nothing too extravagant. So being that you spent the holidays with the fam, all that stuff, obviously you got gifts. Is there one particular item that you got that you're like,
yes, I gotta tell you what I got. My favorite gift.
You could just tell me one thing.
My favorite gift. It's insane.
I feel like it's a Pokemon, isn't it?
No, it has nothing to do with Pokemon. My wife surprised me. There's a thing called a boosted board. It's an electric skateboard. It goes like 20 miles per hour. Casey Neistat
is that one
rides
when you posted on Twitter?
Yes. I got a boosted board from my wife for Christmas. It's an electric longboard. It goes 20 miles an hour. It's like the best gift for an adult child, basically.
Is that something you've always wanted?
Yes.
Yeah.
So backstory to it, there's a guy named Casey Neistat. You probably have heard of him.
I know who that is.
He rode one all over New York City when he was doing all his daily vlogs, and I thought it was the sweetest. That's how he got around. He didn't ride bike, he didn't walk, he didn't take subway, didn't drive. He rode a boosted board around New York City, and I always wanted one ever since then because it just seemed like a really cool thing.
And what's like the battery life on those things? Like,
I'm not sure. I think like 6 miles for mine because it's the dual motor. So whatever 6 miles. I think it's by mileage and not by time. I have no idea though. I haven't got to test it because it was a white Christmas in Ohio, so it snowed. Yeah, it snowed on New Year's Eve. So, or not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. So I woke up and there was like 7 inches of snow on Christmas.
So you didn't want to go snowboarding. All right.
What about you? Let me hear yours.
For me, I would say, okay, so, and I've showed this on my streams already, but my parents know me so well, and I can actually show it for those who are watching the live recording of this. I can show it on here for you guys. My parents know me so well. It's pretty much on brand with me. So I got this little mug. It's got basically skull.
That's awesome.
It's like, I love it. Like, it's the little things. So That's what I cherish. That's yeah. Other than that, got a lot of like gift cards and stuff like that. The typical stuff you get.
Yeah, of course.
That's basically what I told everybody. Like, just give me gift
Just
cards.
give
I
me
know what I
gift
want.
Hey, that's always
Just
a
give me
good
gift
gift.
cards.
I got a ton of clothes, and I got rings, bro. I'm wearing rings right now. I feel like a biker.
Ooh,
I've
wow.
always wanted to wear rings, and I don't know. I've always been self conscious about it. I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna wear rings this year.
Wow. So you got some bling.
Yeah.
All right. So going on from that, so Luke and I were discussing before we went live here, what's going on in the world of Destiny, and nothing really, other than drama, which is common around this time, obviously. But nothing really. Like, we got Iron Banner coming up,
Yeah.
and I've actually been hoarding the 4 Iron Banner bounties from last Iron Banner.
Smart.
Just so like, because I haven't hit the base level of 1260 yet. I'm like 12.
Dude, me neither.
I think I'm like 1257 base right now.
Nice.
So just before Iron Banner goes live, I'm gonna obviously cash those in and get the fresh new ones on Iron Banner and hold those on until I get closer to 1260. And then got Iron Banner. The Dawning is going to end coming up, and obviously, since you said you've been kind of out of the loop on things, you haven't streamed in actually for the first time last night. But after that, it was like, what, almost 2 weeks?
15 days. It's the longest.
15, oh, wow.
Since
15 days precise.
Yeah. Well,
So
I only know that because I saw my last VOD had said like 15 days. It's the longest.
So
I haven't done that in a long time. I've never
Are you
done
the typical streamer that, like, when you play Destiny, do you have to play it when you stream it, or do you play offline as well?
Well, when I have time. So like this time of year,
Have you had any time in those 15 days that you haven't been streaming? Have you played at all?
no,
Really?
I haven't played 1 minute since the last time I streamed, and the only reason is because I usually yes, I did. I did one raid last week to get the challenge. Because next week, as soon as I get the challenge done next week, I'll have the seal for the new raid.
Ooh, fancy that.
Yeah, you know me. I like my seals. But no, dude,
Yeah,
I've
you
played
do.
one time in 15 days. And that's only because my studio that I'm playing games in a separate space because I don't have a place to play them where I live now. We're renovating my basement that I'm living in now, so that once that's done, I'll start streaming again.
Yeah.
But I used to play a lot. I don't play a lot when I'm not streaming because I just don't have a lot of time. But most of the time, I am the kind of guy that like is streaming at the only time that I have to play. So like if it's like 4
Yeah.
hours, that's all I played that day basically. How about you?
So
You've been playing a lot, right?
So you haven't really baked too many cookies this.
No, dude,
this time
none.
around.
And last season I like destroyed it. I baked like 800 cookies last season. And I just didn't do any yet because I haven't had time and I just don't care.
Well, yeah. Well, so here's the thing, and this kind of goes into what I want to talk about is the Destiny community and their expectations with stuff.
Yes.
So, if you didn't know, there was a quest going right into the Dawning. It was a community challenge, so to speak. You had to bake so many cookies, nonstop, get the essence of Dawning, all that stuff. And there was like a bunch of steps. And each step that we would eclipse, you would get like a blue package, then a purple package, then you get the exotic package at the end. So people were expecting, all right, so the exotic package, it could be so many things. Maybe it's a new exotic. Maybe it's an exotic that they came out last time around. I think it was the Heir Apparent was the exotic. I believe it was an exotic.
I thought that was during the Guardian games.
Oh, there was a weapon in last year's Dawning.
Yeah, whatever it
and
was.
it's not coming to me, but whatever. So people were expecting that because they brought up because they had the same weapons in the same pool as last Dawning, Avalanche, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So people were their expectations are like, all right, what could it be? And basically what it was is you got a shader, I think a ship, if memory serves me, and it was just a random exotic drop. That was it.
Wow.
And what did I get? It was an exotic warlock chest piece. It was just a random exotic drop. Now, the Dawning's a free event, so I wasn't expecting something so extravagant, really.
Yeah.
So my expectations, as of late, like the last few years when it comes to Destiny, my expectations are pretty much just at a standstill or even low because I've been disappointed before, like some people have.
Yeah.
So when I saw Twitter and people posting screenshots, and with the little snide remarks about it, I think to myself, how long have you been playing this game? What were you expecting? Why do you build yourself up and with the expectations that Bungie is going to deliver something to you? Like, why would you set yourself up to be disappointed? Like, you
Yeah.
brought it on yourself. It's a free event.
It's a free event, and I always think of the Dawning now, since we've experienced it a few times, as like and I'm cool with this 100% because I get it. I work really hard in my profession, so I understand what it feels like to have a winter break where you can take like 3 weeks off, spend it with your family, and like Bungie has to do that, and I feel like they bring the Dawning event in so that they can kind of slide through the end of December into the new year before the next season, and it lets them take a break and put it kind of like on autopilot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Like,
which they need
every year, man. They do this every year. They take a brief break in December. They last 12 of 2020. They do it every year, and they do what normal people do. They're allowed to take breaks.
Yes,
they're allowed to take breaks. So I didn't set myself up to be disappointed about anything, and people were still disappointed. Like, it just still baffles me after this game's been out for 6 years that people still expect something. Now, I wish they would bring back SRL. Those were the best times.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last podcast. That's the stuff that would be like, yeah, that would add a little bit more fun.
But with how they're treating the Dawning now for this iteration of Destiny 2, you get what you get. Yeah. Like, that's just how I stand with that. And it also gives them time to maybe work on some stuff on the side during their downtime for those 3 weeks for whatever the next season, will bring to us in February, which, again, if history has shown anything, the next season after the Dawning is usually kind of like pretty stale. Like, it's, I don't know, like, how do you usually feel about, like, after this Dawning event between going into, because we got January, and then we got February as the new season, and then I guess we get Crimson Days in February.
Yeah. For
Valentine's Day, we get that event, and then that's about it, really. I mean, unless I'm missing something, until like the next season.
I'm usually around this time of year. It's I'm in my off season for like when I film weddings all year and I film crap all the time. Filmmakers usually in their like slower season during this time. So it's usually the time that I have more time to play. So usually what I'm doing during this time is hitting up those seals, like the seasonal seals. I'm like smashing everything that I haven't done all season into these next like 4 weeks to get it done before next season. That's usually what I'm doing. This year I'm trying to think a little bit differently because, like, listen, I'm only going to say this one time during this podcast because I don't want to like be
he's going to say it multiple times over many episodes. Don't let him.
I just don't want to be part of like this massive drama because I don't want anyone to get like.
Well, yeah, you're usually pretty drama free when it comes to things, so yes. I take your word for it.
What I'm saying here is like, and then this goes well with there not being a lot of content during the season, but also with the Crucible and with feedback and what Bungie's doing. I think it does stink that PvP players or PvE players or whoever feel like they have to go play other games because they don't feel like their feedback is getting heard. But at the same time, like, it's okay to go play other video games and like enjoy your hobby because we're supposed to be just playing video games as a hobby. Bungie is on their own. They don't have millions and millions and millions of dollars on their side anymore. Nope. So like I know like people probably think I'm a Bungie fanboy, shill, whatever, because I just like they work really hard to do what they can do and they can only do so much. And I believe them. And if this doesn't happen and everybody can come back and tweet at me and say you're so dumb for this, but I believe that they are listening and writing down everything that everyone's saying about feedback with stasis, feedback with PvP, with trials, the cheating.
They have to hear it. They have to know, especially with stasis. Like, again, and last week's episode, or not last week, but the last episode that we did, I'm not a PvP guy, but when PvP players are complaining about stasis, like, especially in PvP, like, and we've been arguing this and most people have in the community, there needs to be a separate sandbox. It just, if Stasis doesn't show you enough, like honestly, there needs to be 2 separate sandboxes to retool and balance.
It's rough,
That's
dude.
all the way people,
It's hard.
Like,
And I think part of it's new. It's still new. We've had the other ones for however many years Destiny's been out. Like, that's how long we've had to like tinker with those supers. This is the first season with this super.
we knew this was going to happen.
It's gonna
When we
suck
saw
for a
those
while.
trailers with Stasis, and I know we're repeating ourselves. When we saw that trailer, what Stasis was doing, especially in Crucible, we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. So
like, it was a given.
And back to what I was saying about like the people, a lot of people are really upset with this, and like people that stream Destiny 24/7 or whatever are having a hard time with there not being any new content. Well, then stream something like this is all right. Listen, this is like the most confrontational I'm going to get, not with you, but with like people listening.
Do it.
And this is like a streaming technique. So the game is like fun and cool, but I think what makes a streamer actually good at streaming or entertaining is whenever people come to watch them, like for them, like their personality, they're entertaining you. The game is like their tool, and then if they're good, they can adapt to that. Like King Ithalian, he's baller at Destiny, but he also plays 500 other games, and it's always entertaining when he plays them because of him. And a lot of people are mad because they feel like there needs to be content for Destiny forever. That's just not how it is. If you're a good streamer, you're going to adapt, and you're going to build a community that likes you, not just the game you're playing.
And there's a lot to what was said in the last episode about Crucible kind of carrying a little bit during those droughts, and there is some truth to that, because what Trials was good in D1 and everything, and Crucible was actually pretty decent back in Destiny 1. That's where you saw a lot of the carries and stuff. But like with this iteration of Trials and the way Crucible is now, even the hardcore PvPers, and I'm not speaking for all of them, but I've seen some of them tweet out, it's not fun for them anymore.
It's hard.
It's like,
yeah.
Especially at PC, when you got to deal with,
cheaters,
the hackers and stuff, and then you got the recoveries and stuff like that, all that as well. Like there's a lot, and it's just, I don't know. It baffles me.
Yeah. It's just, everyone's going to have their opinion on this, like strong way or another. No one's going to like actually have their mind changed. They're going to be mad that they can't get everything they've ever wanted out of a video game. That's just how it is. I just like to see it from like, as a content creator, the content is your tool. The creator is the one that has to adapt to it. So if Destiny is terrible and it stays terrible forever, and you're having bad viewership and people are complaining and only people want to come watch you because they want to be like carried
if
flawless,
you know that you're not happy, and you're like, they know. Like they know. Viewers are not dumb. They can understand. Like, they might come there for the streamer, but like if the streamer's not having fun with something, that's also a turn off for people as well.
Exactly. Like
something because you're worried about your numbers dropping.
It's like, I don't want to watch this guy. All he's doing is complaining about how stupid this game is. Go play Among Us or something and crack up, or go play some random. There's a million different types of things that people. And this is funny that we're talking about this on a Destiny podcast, because I'm all for it. Like, I'm like the biggest Destiny nerd ever. I'm telling everyone that I'm going to be a variety streamer this year, but you better believe I'll probably still be playing Destiny like 90% of the time.
He's going to do late night Pokemon streams.
Dude, you better believe. That's on my YouTube channel, just all Pokemon videos right now.
Which we'll talk about that towards the end of the episode, guys. We'll be plugging stuff.
But I don't know where I'm going with all of that. All I know is I'm happy to be part of the community. I just wish that there was. It sucks because I feel for everyone people play way more than me, and if I played 12 hours a day, I'd be super mad that there wasn't enough stuff to play. It's just I'm trying to think of it from like an outside perspective, because it's really easy to get stuck in the like, let's just get mad about it and yell at Bungie whenever like no one works at Bungie or knows what they're doing.
That seems to be the normal thing when we talk about like is to get mad at Bungie. We're not saying that you're not allowed to, because they are at fault.
Yeah, you should get mad at them. Just
because that just shows how passionate you are, and that's perfectly healthy and fine. But like, Then there's those that are like, take the time to at the community managers or at the devs and
That's
like
not necessary. That's just
threaten
mean.
them and stuff. Like, what's that going to accomplish? Like, really?
Literally
Like,
nothing.
what's that going to accomplish?
They're gonna
It's not.
block you.
They're gonna block you.
That's not gonna do
Like-
anything. I don't know. It's good. I'm glad that it's such a passionate community. I just wish like that's the part that like gets lost in translation. It's like, yes, it's good to be mad about it. Tell them. They might not be listening, which that doesn't seem like they are in the PvP realm. It definitely doesn't seem like it. So it makes sense that the PvP community is angry. But like, look, I'll talk about Maddox for 1 second. Think about that dude is built a community of scrims, which is like PvP built by the players, and they have plenty of fun. So like that's like a good example of taking something sucky and like turning into like a positive. That's what I try to think living my like. I like that. I want more things like that to happen in the Destiny community rather than just being like it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Let's all get mad at each other on Twitter. And
let's all get out our torches and pitchforks and march to Bungie HQ and yell at the wall. I don't know.
Nobody works there. Literally, I want somebody who has worked at Bungie to like listen. Everyone yells at them. Nobody has. I guarantee none of them have worked at Bungie.
I don't want to flex here, but I do know a couple people who work at Bungie.
You know them, but I'm saying like people people complain and they say, "Listen,
how's the morale at Bungo?" But yeah, I get it. Like
they're probably like, "We don't look at Twitter."
No, like we know the hot mess known as Twitter.
They're over there trying to run a real business.
One more thing as well is like they do these like they haven't done a summit in a while. Obviously not in 2020.
Yeah,
given the circumstance.
Yeah.
But like, what are they doing at these summits when they did have them? Because it doesn't seem like that the feed. Like I've heard streamers who've gone to the summits, and they give their feedback, and I can't recall. Maybe they picked up on a couple things that the feedback they've given, but like, what have these summits that these streamers have gone? What have they accomplished?
I don't even remember what they talked about. I think that there was things happening, and then COVID happened, and then things stopped happening. Like it was like they had summits and they had people coming, and then Activision left them. Then they're on their own, and then all of a sudden, you can't be near each other. Like they're not even near each other at the studio. So that's probably really affected the community.
Well, yeah,
aspect.
And that's why I kind of like what we're talking about expectations and and being disappointed. Like how 2020 was. Like I just like I don't expect anything grand. Like they're honest. They're working from home. And I know that shouldn't be an excuse, but it is. Like you try to go on your freaking laptop and build a game and work on a game.
Yeah.
Like and trying to do that, based to where you were working at, where you can go up to people and hey, does this look good or this look good? But just being on Zooms 24/7, like I give and it seems like I'm beating a dead horse when I say this because it seems like I say this often. I'm giving them a pass in 2020. But like I do expect something better, this year. I hope so. I'm hoping because Witch Queen is the expansion I'm definitely looking forward to.
Same.
So I'm hoping they not all their stuff out, but figure something out by the summer. Because we know how Bungie does. They drop those hype trailers. They do those hype streams of this is what we got in the works, and Bungie's back, and they're back to their glory, and then we get the expansion, and we're like, well, I mean, it was good, but like I don't know,
dude. I feel
there's so much to talk about.
I know,
but
people are like, these guys love Bungie.
Yeah, like and then even people are doing hashtag fire Luke Smith. Like, really?
No,
really?
That dude made Vault of Glass. You can't ever fire him.
Oh God. Okay, so next season is in February. I'm not expecting too much in February. Obviously, in a narrative story aspect, I'm curious because I don't like to talk about spoilers here on the podcast or actually in detail because I don't want to spoil it for the listener or viewer. But I have seen the outcome, what's going to happen, which I expected to. So I am kind of curious. I don't know, Luke, if you've seen it or not. I don't know if you're the type
Seen
of person
what?
that if someone tweets, well, obviously you don't know, so I'm not going to talk about it with you.
Nah, I
But there
don't
was
know
a
idea.
leaked. I'll just say there was a leaked cut scene a few weeks ago. I
Really?
want to say it was like at the beginning of December.
I'm about to
It
look
wasn't
it up.
fully done yet.
I like cutscenes, or I like leaks, so I'm gonna look it up.
So what I saw, it's what I expected, and I'll leave it at that. But I am curious of what they're going to do going forward with that story. But other than that, yeah, I just like this time of year. There's always a drought of stuff
Yes.
of what to do. It becomes a checklist game.
Yes.
Okay, what do I got to do on this reset?
Yes.
All right, got to do this. Got to make sure I do this. You know. I mean, I got the Raid rocket launcher. Like
Same.
It
Off
took me like
stream.
8 or 9 times to do the raid, and I got the drop a couple days ago.
Doesn't that feel
So,
weird?
like-
Because it usually takes like forever to get it.
Forever, especially my RNG as of late. Like, but it didn't excite me to get the rocket launcher because rocket launchers currently are doo-doo. So they're I'm not excited for it.
Yeah.
I guess it's just
Never gonna use it.
I haven't used it yet. I haven't used it. Like there's in the end game content currently right now, that's not the beta. Like it doesn't make it any better if I use it in something compared to using like the Lament or even the Falling Guillotine still. Like it's not gonna replace those power weapon slots
Yeah.
for me at this point. Or Anarchy. Like it's not. So
Yes.
like currently for I know you usually play for titles because you're excited to get the last do the last challenge to get your raid seal, right?
Yeah, next week.
So moving forward, like why are you playing currently, right? Like why are you still playing besides that being your goal? What's keeping you coming back?
This is gonna sound dumb, but I literally play
Say-
right now because I'm a very busy person. I work a lot. I'm like
He does.
I work my
I've
butt
seen it.
off. I do it because I like working. It's fun. I love what I do, but I like need an outlet to, get my mind off of like the world and playing Destiny, just playing games, getting in Discord, chilling with some homies, and just like laughing.
See, friends is the real end game, people.
It is.
Friendship.
But honestly, it's like it just takes my mind off of like stressful things, and then I can play Destiny. I also like there's like I want to get the Conquer seal again. Obviously, I'm not gonna get the Flawless seal. I have one. That's good enough. I want to get the Splintered seal as well because it's not seasonal, but I just want to get it finished. There's like a bunch of little things I do, little checklist things that make me happy, and whenever I get little things done, it's like I feel good because I play
You feel
games.
accomplished. You
Yeah.
accomplished something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel accomplished. So that's why I play. But mainly I literally play because I just like playing video games, and I don't get to play video games as much as many people, so I'm just thankful that I have like 3 hours of time that my wife doesn't care that I'm just gone for 3 hours playing games. I'm like super thankful for that. You know what I mean? Some people's wives
Right,
wouldn't let them
right.
do that. They'd be like, come to bed. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, for me, like it's like I don't chase seals. I only have 3.
Yeah.
But like, and the last 2 were just by accident. But like my main goal right now is just getting my clanmates a raid completion. Like
Nice.
that's my goal. Like I've like so once we finally did our first raid run and like we got it down pat. We've been bringing in other clanmates that haven't done it yet, so, and then like they seem worried. Like we had she might be listening or watching. So our clanmate Angel, she was like so worried about doing the raid because it like she's not good at jumping puzzles. Sorry, but like a lot of things, and like she was always worried about each encounter. And once we completed each encounter, like I could tell, like I think it became clear to her that like it's not so bad.
Yeah.
So like and like now we could get it down pat like really quick now. Like so that's been my goal is each when a clanmate's close to a decent power level, running them through the raid, get them their raid clear, and go on to the next one. So that's been my goal for the most part is doing the raid clears for other members who have never experienced a raid, because I have some new members that I've had, that recently joined in the last few months. They've never done a Destiny raid before, or if they've done a raid, they've been so rattled by it because that the person running them through it was like expecting them to know everything, and like they just got
it's like overwhelming. They
got
they don't
very
know what to
overwhelmed
do.
by it, and it was a bad experience, so they never wanted to do it again. So when I ran them through it, they thanked me, like, thank you for being patient, and made it a lot of fun. So that's been my goal, is to run clanmates who haven't done the raid yet. That's what it's been.
You're like witnessing what it feels like to be Mano. Like, he does helps all day. Amp does
he
helps all day. Like, those guys.
Did you see the series that he started?
No.
Oh man,
What's it called?
dude! So he started a new series, and I love plugging Mano because he's an awesome dude.
Mano's great.
He
was our first guest.
So he's been doing like undercover raid, so to speak, where he joins a Sherpa who's helping newbies for the first time, and he allows them to talk, and he acts like a person who's never done it before. He wants to see. He's basically testing how good of a teacher they really are.
Yeah.
So it's been highly entertaining. Like,
That's
he's not
awesome.
trying to sabotage it, but he's trying to be like a person who's okay, you're telling me to do this. All right, I know the right way, but I'm not going to tell you that. But I'm going to do it the way you're telling me to do it. So that's what he does, and it's so entertaining that he does that. And I'm glad he's doing that. So shout out to him. Like,
Yeah,
he's a
real.
cool dude. He's doing Sherpas and carrying and everything. He's a very good teacher.
He
We haven't
loves it.
checked out
And
his
he's a
stuff.
teacher in real life, so it helps, right?
Yeah, definitely. So he's got patience. Clearly, he's got patience.
More than I do. Goodness.
Wait till you become a parent, then you will learn it.
I have patience. I just don't want to teach people how to play games.
But once you get a little Luke,
I'll teach little
It'll
Luke
all
how to play
change.
games.
It'll all
I'm gonna be a
change.
dad Sherpa for my children.
Dad Sherpa. So that's what's keeping us going for the most part. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, let us know in the comments on that. What's keeping you playing? What are you doing to pass the time? What games are you playing in your downtime away from Destiny? If you're one of those frustrated people, let us know on the comments, because I would love to see some comments on our VODs over on the YouTube.
Same.
It makes me sad when I don't see any. So
Yeah,
that's a question for you, listener.
if you're listening to this, watching this, wherever you're at, you need to go to our YouTube channel, look up the Destiny Nerds on YouTube, and subscribe. We have like 18 subscribers right now. We need way more. We could do way better than that.
Yeah, and like that stuff, man. Like, thumbs up, give us this like, share it, pass it around. Makes me sad. Like, we have over 100 followers and stuff on other platforms, but the YouTube makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Every week that I look at it. But
I'm not going to keep editing this stuff for you people if you don't watch it.
now he's threatening people, so he's serious. So with that being said, as we're narrowing down this episode, again, not a lot to talk about. I'm gonna let Luke take over this part about some future projects he's working on. The floor is yours.
Yeah, so I have, and this is more of like not gaming related, but kind of. So
It could be anything.
I'm a
Anything.
full-time filmmaker. I film things for a living and edit them. That's what I do. And one of the cool things that me and a couple of partners have decided to do this year is in Columbus, Ohio, where I live, there's like a big need for studio space, for rentable studio space for content creation. So we are renting and renovated, like not renovated, it was an empty warehouse. We were renting an empty warehouse that we built into a massive studio / podcast / editing suite / office.
A lot of slashing.
Yeah, it's called the Sycamore. I've posted a couple pictures of it online. It's not open yet. We're still finishing stuff. We still got to put like a big light grid up, but it's going to be a fully functional content creation studio for anyone in the Midwest or for anywhere in the country, honestly, if they want to come. We have like a 36 by 36 foot cyc wall, which is like white, and it's those white walls that like go into the ground, so it looks infinite. We have like 6 sets. We have a gear cage closet thing. We have, like I said, a podcast room with 3 cameras, 4 Shure SM7Bs, all there ready to go. Like, you can come in, you can shoot your podcast, and then leave, and you have it finished. We have an edit suite, which is just like 2 monitors with 2 eGPUs, where you can literally bring your MacBook or whatever and plug in the USB-C, edit It's got like a little TV with AirPlay. It's sick. So that's the first thing we're doing this year, which is a little bit scary because it's like expensive. But
This kind of sounds like what YouTube does. They have like that little YouTube studio where people
Yeah.
like content creators can go to and do their stuff over.
yep, it's just like that.
And, like,
Except
rent out.
you have to. I think you have to rent that one. But this is like hourly for just. There's a lot. There's only two big photography video studios in Columbus, and we're gonna be the third one. So that's happening. And then I got pulled on. So I've been collecting Pokemon cards again, as you all know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a local
Like
card shop.
everybody else.
Yeah, there's a local card shop I went to recently in the little town that I live in, and I bought some Pokemon cards there. I followed them on Instagram, and they're like have this massive Instagram following. It's called Card Collector 2. They have like 50,000 followers, and it's like real, like it's like an actual community. Which like I didn't realize the like the sports card hobby was like so massive. Like there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of hype, a lot of people in it right now. Especially when COVID hit, like that was something people like just started doing because they didn't have anything to do. There's buying cards. So I started posting my Pokemon cards on my Instagram page, and the wife of the owner of this business told the owner of the business, "Hey, I got a video friend, and I want you to get in contact with him because the owner bought a new building in my town, and he's going to renovate it." And not him, but his contractors are going to renovate it into a massive, like sweet, like the coolest card store in the city. Like we're basically hired me to document the whole process for the next 6 weeks, meaning like I'm going to be filming a lot of like construction, and we're going to be each week releasing an episode on YouTube and Instagram showing the process of building a card shop. So it's going to be very stressful and very time consuming, but I'm excited about it. So I'm doing those things as well as making more, I have like a ton of Pokemon cards saved up. I have probably like 17 videos worth of content ready to make. I just haven't made it yet. I've literally been stashing. I got 2 booster boxes. I got like 5 ETBs. I got stuff pre-ordered. Like I got stuff ready to go, and I'm going to start selling.
I'm
going to start selling them too.
Think of all this though. Like now that you picked up this Pokemon craze now with unboxings and stuff, what does the wife think of like you dropping some? Because I know those boxes are pretty penny.
Yeah,
so
one of them I bought.
Like,
I bought 2 of them on accident. I bought them. It was euros, which is way more.
Accident?
No, the euros. I thought it was USD, but it was euros. So I thought it was like $100 something, but it was like $200 or something like that because of the difference. And like I feel stupid for doing that, but she's cool with it. I swear I'm gonna. What the goal now is, so I started. Now that I'm organizing it, I'm gonna start an eBay account, and I'm gonna start selling all the cards that I have, and I'm trying to not flip them, but I'm gonna sell everything I have as I get it, and then hopefully I can make some profit.
Do you
That's
know
the
what
goal.
the most expensive card you have currently?
No, not yet, because like it's tough to tell because nothing's graded. If I had graded cards,
don't they have like a guide? Like
there's a guide for like what cards I have, and I have a couple cards that are probably in the like anywhere from like $1,000 to $5,000, but that's before being graded. So I'm like trying to figure out, and that's just because right now the price for Pokemon cards is like skyrocketed because everyone's hyped about it. Like if you go to any Walmart, Target, you're not gonna find Pokemon cards anywhere.
Yeah, like what brought this all? Because like all of a sudden, like this last month or so, like a huge explosion. Like what?
I'll tell you what happened. It's crazy. So Logan Paul on YouTube.
Yeah.
Logan Paul made a YouTube video that went viral, and it was all about like how all of us liked Pokemon when we were younger, in my age group, like anyone who was a millennial basically. And then he showed him buying all these cards, and then he started doing these things that the other YouTubers that have Pokemon channels were already doing this. They were making these videos where what they do is they will buy like a $20,000 vintage booster box, and then they sell the packs for like $1,000 a piece to their viewers, and then they unbox them live, and then whatever they open, they package it up and they send it to the person that bought it, and that's how it pays for the booster box that they buy in the first place. Logan Paul did that with a first edition base set, and he sold each pack for $16,000, and all these famous people were buying it. So it just was, and they rose like $500,000 for charity during it. And that like legitimately, I saw that and I was like, Pokemon. I was like addicted to Pokemon. I'm gonna go buy a couple packs. I bought 2 packs, and it was like addicted. Last night I was watching, like, every person that I know that's been buying packs, even like my friend Doc bought some packs and he was like, I gotta buy more. Maru has been buying. There's a lot of people in the Destiny community that have been buying packs. And then all those YouTubers that were Pokemon YouTubers for the past 5 years, their stuff blew up because then people were like, that's like addicting to watch this stuff if you really like it. So then there was all this content that's already been there for 5 years. So I believe that's why it happened, but I'm going to keep doing it even past the craze.
I personally never got into it, but if it makes you happy,
makes
more
me
power
happy.
to you.
Makes me happy.
Makes you
I'm
happy.
hoping to make money off of it. If I don't make any money, I'll quit.
You look happy in those thumbnails. I've seen those thumbnails.
If I don't make money off this, I'm going to quit, to be honest. Like, I don't want to. It's like a fun hobby, but I'm not going to keep spending money if like I don't actually make anything. Plus, Allie will be like, all right, that's enough. You had your fun.
Yeah, she's going to put a kibosh on that. Crush your dreams. Like, no profit? All right, no more.
Yes. All right, that's enough for me. Tell me, I know that you have a secret project that you won't tell me about. Will you tell us now?
Well, okay, so
or a little
before
bit.
I became this awesome Destiny guy, I did YouTube for like 8 years, give or take. Yeah. So I had 2 channels. I have my main channel, which is XHavoc83X. And I did a lot of WWE games content on there for the longest time. And believe it or not, the online portion, like the online competitive, now you're thinking to yourself, Havoc, in Destiny, you're very anti-PvP, you don't like competition, yada, yada, yada. That's because I suck shooting a gun. But way back when, obviously wrestling, you don't need a gun. So I was very heavy in the competitive scene on that game, and you can look up my stuff. I have like thousands of videos on that channel. So that channel channel has over like 8,000 subscribers on it, and but I haven't really uploaded any content on the main channel for like the longest time. And then I got my second YouTube channel, which was my clan channel for said WWE game, and which had separate content on that, and that has like over 5,000 subs on it. So the project that I'm working on is for my main channel, and I posted my stream schedule in my Discord. I'm actually splitting my stream time for the month of January between YouTube and Twitch. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I'll be on YouTube, and then Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, I'll be on Twitch. So I'm just streaming to the main channel on YouTube for the month of January, whereas my second YouTube channel, I'm uploading, which is the clan channel, WWE content on there, like games content on there. So I'm working on that one. I'll be posting a series of stuff the next few days. I already uploaded my first video on there on New Year's, so if you haven't checked that out, go for it. If you're into that kind of thing. So that's what I've been working on between doing those two things, streaming, the side project, the podcast. Got a lot going on.
Yeah, you're a busy man this year. 2021 is going to be your year.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. So not only will I post, like, so for those who watch the VOD of this episode of the podcast, we'll post not only Luke's YouTube channel to help, if you want to check out his Pokemon stuff, by all means, go for that. I'll post my links as well in the description below as well. So if you want to check out other stuff besides Destiny-related content, those bunch of important information and links will be there for you to peruse.
Yes. Yeah, because I want. So like right now I'm on like this Pokemon craze. That YouTube channel for Bearded Luke isn't even getting. It's like I know it's stupid when people say this. You need to like have a thing. But like that channel is going to be like stream advice, stream highlights, Pokemon videos, literally whatever I'm hyped about. Just it's all going to be nerdy video game tech kind of stuff. Anyways,
hey,
so
and you're hyped about a lot of things.
I am. So
let's be real.
When I have time and I'm excited to edit something, I just do it. Like I don't usually edit stuff for fun, to be honest. So the Pokemon thing's been that's why there's been so many videos, because I can shoot like 6 of them at once and then just slowly edit them. They're not very hard.
But with that being said, guys, I think that's it for this episode. Again, we want to thank everyone who comes to the live version of this. Thank you so much. If you happen to miss tonight's episode, the VOD will be uploaded over to YouTube ASAP, as well as if you like to listen to podcasts on the go. we upload it to Anchor, and it distributes to other platforms like Spotify, Google, etc.
All the
you can follow
places.
that. A lot of places, or you can just simply search the Destiny Nerds. We pop up. I promise. I checked it myself. So with that being said, guys, again, thank you.
We love
and
you.
Hopefully 2021 is your year.
It's gonna be your year, and you're gonna see lots of people on this podcast. So be prepared. It's gonna be a great year.
people have been contacted, so expect that, because it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. We love you. Have an amazing night, and goodbye.
Good night.